Hi guys, I'm Gesha. Welcome to the channel and welcome as always to our coffee times. Today I'm here to give you a kind of life/channel update as well as to talk to you about two 2020 horror comedies.
It's coffee time.
So I just wanted to quickly address the situation. We all know that since 2020, the type of content that we have here on the YouTube community, especially when it comes to movie reviews and things like that, has changed drastically. And where I live, I already struggled before to get all the new releases. So right now for me, it's nearly impossible. So for you to understand the situation, since I think November, all the cinemas in Germany and the Netherlands, where I had a lot of access to English movies, have been closed. So I have not been able to see any new release, and for us to be able to find them online, even paying, it's not really possible. We don't have HBO here, and sometimes Amazon takes things from HBO, but it's mostly shows and not movies. And so I am here just waiting for all of the new releases. Now, some of them I might be able to purchase them right away on Blu-ray and watch them and review them for you guys, but obviously it's gonna come with some delay. So I still want to put up content as much as I can and bring things that are interesting for you guys. So I still have some 2020 horror movies to review for you, and I'm gonna focus on new releases on Netflix and some new releases on Amazon, maybe do some other type of videos like recommendations and stuff like that. So I'm working on all of that because as the world is right now, we don't know when the cinemas are gonna open again. So until that happens, this is what we have. So I hope that you still enjoy the content on the channel, and today I thought I would talk to you about a double feature that I had. So I still have some 2020 movies that I just had access to and that I want to review for you, and this too, since they are kind of comedy horror, I thought I could talk about both of them in the same video and let you know my thoughts on the movies. These are two that were on my list of 2020 movies that I wanted to check out, and that is Freaky and Spontaneous. So before we go to the spoiler-free review of those two movies, if you love, you know, cinema, movies, TV shows, collectibles, please consider subscribing to the channel and also hit the notification bell before you leave. Let's start with the first one, which is Freaky. And when I saw the poster, when I saw what the movie was about, I was really interested in this film because I am a lover of the original and the remake of Freaky Friday, and so I had to check it out. An American supernatural slasher black comedy film directed by Christopher Landon. It is a twist on Freaky Friday, and the film centers on a teenage girl who unintentionally switches bodies with a middle-aged male serial killer. This is done in collaboration with Blumhouse Productions, and the movie starts basically as a satire on slasher movies, all the tropes, all the cliches. We are on a Wednesday, the 11th, and we have some teenagers around the fireplace telling the story of this killer, this butcher, and of course he appears. It's kind of like, you know, Friday the 13th. All the tropes, even the angles of the camera, the way that it was shot, it's like as if you would be watching one of those typical slasher movies. So that was a lot of fun to see. And quickly we jump to our main story, which is a 17-year-old girl that is kind of considered the loser in high school, and she's not popular, she's very insecure, all of these negative things. And one day, poor her, she gets attacked by this serial killer that has a very special dagger, La Dola, and when he uses that dagger, he basically exchanged bodies with her. It does follow a lot of the patterns that we saw on Freaky Friday, and you know, they also have 24 hours to switch back, and otherwise the change is permanent. Even though the movie is nothing too special in the sense that it is predictable and it is a twist on Freaky Friday, so you know more or less how the story is going to go, but it was still a lot of fun. It was really engaging, and one of my favorite parts about this film was the kills. They were creative, they were hilarious, they were bloody, gory, like on your face, they were showing everything, and I was there for it. I was really enjoying the kills. They were really satisfying, and there were specific kills where I thought while they were killing the person, like, oh my god, this is cool, like this is original, like they're doing something creative with it. So that's what I really like, and I believe, if maybe I'm wrong, but nobody has done like a horror take on Freaky Friday, and so I thought it was really like nice thing to do, and it was a lot of fun to see. The movie did a great job combining horror and funny moments, and for me they achieved the perfect balance between them. Another thing is I love the two main characters, because when they switched bodies you can see how good the acting was and how they're slowly changing their character. It must not have been easy, and I just absolutely love their performances. They were just hilarious. Now the plot is really straightforward, so there's not gonna be twists and turns and things are gonna get like exciting in the sense of having like mysteries or secrets revealed, which is what takes me to my last point on this movie, which is I felt a little bit unsatisfied when it comes to the explanation, like the background story of our main characters, because we don't really get to explore that. So we don't get to see what kind of background this serial killer has, why he does what he's doing. We don't get an explanation about this dagger, about why he needs to switch bodies. Is it only because he's a serial killer and it's his way of getting out of, you know, getting caught? Like we could have needed a little bit more of closure with these things. All in all, I gave this movie a 3 out of 5 stars. I thought it was well done, it was a good acting, it was funny, it was gory, and it's definitely one that I would recommend and one that I would also rewatch myself. Now let's move to the second movie that I would like to talk about in this video, which actually surprised me. This was a debut film and I was kind of intrigued but also scared that I was not gonna enjoy it, and I ended up actually liking it more than I thought, and that is Spontaneous, an American science fiction romantic black comedy film written and directed by Brian Duffield in his directorial debut. When students in their high school inexplicably start to explode, seniors Mara and Dylan struggle to survive in a world where each moment might be their last. This movie had many messages, which is something that I really enjoyed about this film, that there are many things that are kind of open for interpretation. Of course, we have this beautiful message of live your life to the fullest. Every second might be your last, so just do the things you want to do. Just, you know, go for things you want to go for without waiting or planning too much, because you really don't know if you're gonna see tomorrow. This movie already started with a bang. When in the classroom, one student inexplicably just explodes. This creates a lot of chaos in high school. They don't know what happened. They don't know if it's gonna keep happening. So not only our students are concerned because they don't know if they're gonna be next, if they're gonna be the next one to pop. I'm sorry about all of these jokes here, but it's just, I can't avoid it. But also the police department as well as some scientists are involved now, trying to figure out why these kids are just exploding all of a sudden without any specific reason. One of my favorite parts about this film was the pacing. The pacing of the story, how they are combining horror with some humor. There's even drama, there's even romance, there was everything in this film, and I love the way that they balanced it out, everything, so that the movie kept being entertaining and surprising. And there are some montage moments with music, and they're kind of fast forwarding the story for you, and I really enjoy them. Like, I thought for being a debut film, this movie was so well edited and put together, so I really enjoyed it. If you want to take the subject a little bit deeper, we could see this as a social commentary on how stupid and unnecessary some teenage deaths can be. Maybe you know, school shootings, maybe driving drunk, maybe suicide. Like, it could be a portrayal of all of these things that happens to teenagers and ends their lives way too early before they've had the chance to really live. We also get the theme of grief explored, maybe the students, you know, losing each other, or their parents being really scared for their children and losing their children. Catherine Langford and Charlie Plummer did such a great job as our main characters. Their chemistry was really great to see on screen, and I've always loved Catherine since I saw her in 13 Reasons Why, and I'm glad that she's been offered more roles and that she gets to explore something a little bit more fun, I guess. But like I said, this movie also deals with grief and loss and romance. There is like a lot of different genres combined in one. We also have some kind of science fiction, because we don't know if there's something in the blood of these kids and that's why they're exploding or not. So there are some scientists starting to figure it out. So there's a little bit for everybody in this film. There is only two things that I could mention that I would have loved to see done differently. One of them is the deaths. The death scenes are very bloody because it's just basically a blood splatter. But I just missed a little bit more of gore. Like, you only see blood splatter, but you don't see like organs or stuff like that. So I guess that's what I was expecting, a little bit more of gory. And the other thing is the ending. There is an ending which I'm not gonna spoil, obviously, but in a way you don't really get the resolution to the plot that you would expect or would wish to get. So that can be really frustrating to people that only enjoy movies that have a tight ending and everything comes together in the end, everything is explained and everything is tied up. So if you don't like when endings don't do that, then maybe it's not for you, but I would really recommend you to give this one a try. As well as Freaky, I also gave this one 3 out of 5 stars because, again, I thought it had great acting. I thought it was a fresh take on the splatter movies. Oh my god, I can't stop making jokes like that. I'm so sorry. And it combined really well horror and humor, which is not easy to make sometimes. I just love the balance of everything. We even get a very unconventional love story in this film. So for me, it's a movie that, again, I would recommend you guys to check anytime, and that I would also rewatch myself. Alright, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed the spoiler-free review on both movies. Let me know down below if you have already checked them out yourself, and if there is any movie that you would specifically want me to review, let me know in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I hope you all have a great day, and please keep safe, and I hope to see you all in the next coffee time. Bye!